Hello and welcome back again, friends. In this tutorial we are going to create this amazing form using HTML5 CSS3 JavaScript. Okay, and we'll be learning about this hover effect, outline button, and the complete full background button. Okay, and you can also see font or some logos or font or some social links here with the amazing sliding and slide down effect. Okay, so let's begin. Here I am using font awesome bootstrap CDN, so you can just copy this and paste into your project file. I have created a folder sign in sign up, and inside this I have two folders index.html and stylesheet.css. I have linked these both the files, I mean the CDN and the style.css, and here I have the title sign in sign up HTML CSS JavaScript. Okay, so now firstly let's create a container. So uh, inside the container we have buttons. Right there you can see we have buttons, so let's write the buttons. So for that I'll just write nav button, or you can also use uh, form buttons, whatever you want, it's on you. So I'm just writing form button here, and let's design the button here. Let's give the class outline, because we are making this as outline border, right? So for that I'll just copy this and paste it here and make it this as sign. Okay, and let me run this with the live server. Okay, so now then we have a text, then we have social icons there. So for that I'll just create one more div called form container. And here you can see that we have two types of form containers, right? So let me declare that this is for sign up sign up container. Let me declare this sign up container. Now inside this I'll create a one h1 tag, or I can just create one form first, and inside the form I'll create h1 tag, that is create account. Okay, and after that I'll create a one div for the social icons. So for that I'll write here social container or social row or social whatever you want. So I'll just write it here social container. Okay, now inside the social container I'll just create an anchor tag, and then inside this anchor tag I want an I tag with a class fa.fa dash Facebook, right? So I'll be getting Facebook icon here. So as we need Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn, so I'll just copy this and paste it two times more and change it to Google, LinkedIn. So yeah. So now we need is this tag, this paragraph. After this I'll create a paragraph tag, and then here I'll paste that. Then we have input fields. So I'll firstly create the input fields here. Input, it is as email, and the placeholder as email. I'll just duplicate this and change it to name. The other one is password, right? So I have created three fields here. Now as same, all we need is one more, the button. So I'll create a button here firstly. So button, and let's give it as sign up. So now, as same as this, we have in the sign in. You can see the text here, you can see the text here, the social icons and the paragraph, social icons and the paragraph, then input fields and the button. So input field and the button. So we can do is that we can just duplicate this container, right? We can duplicate this container and just change it to sign in, and we can write here as login or sign in, right? And then all we need here is or use our account. The paragraph is changed, and we don't need the name here, and everything is same. So now let's design this form. Our HTML structure is completely finished. Okay, so now let's move on to the CSS. Okay, so here let's use universal selector and make this as box sizing to border box. Okay, and now inside the body tag, let's change the background and the font family. Okay, so firstly I'll change the background color to hash 421 CE5, right? CE5. So this is the purple background, same. Now yeah, this is good. Now let's make this display as flex, and let's make justify content as center and align items as center. Okay, and then font family we need is Montserrat. Okay, and then now we need is design these h1 tags fastly, and the h1 and p tag we shall design this. Okay, so for that I'll just write a font weight as bold, and the margin I'll just remove 0, and we're coming to the paragraph tag. I'll just change the font size to 12 pixels. Okay, so now you can see as we have used here justify content center, everything is aligned in center. Okay, now we need to design the container first. Let's design the container first. So for that, dot container, here I'll add the background color as white. Okay, and let's give some box shadow here as 0 14 pixels and then 28 pixels. RGBA as black, 0 0, sorry, oh my god, 0 0 0, and opacity as 0.25. Let me copy this, and I'll give one more shadow here as 0 10 10 pixels, and this has 22. So you can see, okay, sorry, so you can see the shadow here at the bottom, right? So then we can just add the position as a relative, and then we can remove the overflow. We can give the width as 400 pixels here, right? And then minimum height, let's give minimum height as 450 or 480 pixels. Okay, and let's add the margin top here. So for that I'll just give 50 is good, I guess, or we can just go with 55 even. Yeah, so this looks good, right? Now we need to design the buttons, right? So for the buttons I'll just write, we haven't selected any class, we are just using the direct element. I'll just use the direct element here. So here I'll just write color for this is white, and I'll give background as the up color which we are using, and I'll also give the border 1 pixel solid as same color, font size to be 14 pixels, sorry, or 12 pixels. And then font weight to be bold. Let's add some padding here as top and bottom 15 pixels, 45 pixels. Right now, we need to add border radius 20 pixels. Okay, this look fine. Okay, and let's change the text to uppercase. Text transform to uppercase. Letter spacing 1 pixel. Right now, we need to change this. Like on hover effect, we need to give this hover effect. So I'll just copy this button and let's use hover effect here. Background, I just want background to be transparent, and then border radius, sorry, border color, I want this as 4, yeah, and the color to be as same. Right, and on click we are getting the uh, outline. Right, so for that we can just do it like this: button focus, and on focus we can just remove outline, none. Okay, and now we need to align this first. So for that button, I have just created a form button class here. So I'll just copy this and I'll just add this as and add margin here. Margin bottom 20 pixels, I guess. Okay, and now we need to check this out, the button outline. We need to design these buttons, right? So I'll copy this and I'll add here dot, sorry, and I will select this class. Inside this I have class called, and then let's give the background as transparent here, and then we need the border color, sorry, and then we can add color as hash. Okay, so now you can see that. And the thing is, we need to add the cursor here. We are not getting any cursor, so cursor pointer. Right, so even after this outline we need to change that. On hover, need to change this to this background and this, like something like this. Okay, this is perfect, right? Okay, I guess the padding and the margin I have given little bit extra, so I'll just remove this. Let me check. Okay, this is fine. This is amazing. Okay, now let's design the form container. Let's also add max width here as 100%. Okay, so first let's design the form container here. Let's use form position absolute and top 0, height as 100%, and transition transform, also transition as all 0.5 is in out. Okay, now we need to do is we need also let's design this form here now. So for form, let's add the background color FFF white, and let's add the display as flex. Align items, sorry, items center, justify content center, and then we have flex direction as column. Okay, and let's give padding 0 and 50 pixels, height as 100%, text align center. Okay, this is not bad. I guess just a minute. Let's design this input fields here. So input EG as hash triple E. Okay, and let's remove the border. As you can see, we have a black border here. Let's remove that border to none, or you can even add something, and I'll add padding 12 pixels and 15 pixels. Okay, and the margin from top and bottom 8 pixels, left and right. Okay, and then we have width 100%. I'll just add this, and outline, even outline I want to remove this. Okay, now we are designing for the sign in container, so I'll just copy this and I'll write here as dot sign in container, and let's add this as width 100% and z index as 2. So you can see this is aligned. The buttons are not coming, or we will be looking into it. Maybe I've done the mistake. Okay, just a minute. Here in the outline, or we need to give the z index and position also. So position I'll give relative, and the top, from top 15 pixels from top, and the z index as 15, something like. Okay, we also, let's mention the left as 15%, sorry, 10%. Yeah, this is good, same like this. And let's also add the radius for the container, border radius 20 pixels, right? I guess it's not 20 pixels there. Let's just add 10 pixels. Okay, this is good. Let's design the social icons container here. Social container, and let's give margin 20 pixels, and from top and bottom, and left and right 0 pixels. Okay, and then after this I'll just copy this and go into anchor tag. Okay, and let's give the border like 1 pixel solid, FFF, or you can also give this background color as hash, and then border radius 50 pixels. Before giving border radius, let's add some width and height. So width as 40 pixels, height as 40 pixels, and margin as 0.5 pixels from left and right. Okay, and then now let's give the border radius as 50%. Let's see. Okay, so here display inline flex, and then we can use as justify content center, align the item center, right? So, and the color also white, and text decoration none. Okay, so even we need to add the hover effect for this. So for that, you can just scroll like this, hover, and background as a transparent, and then border 1 pixel solid, or this is good. Just need to change the color to hash 4 C21. Okay, so you can see that this is amazing, right? So now we need to create is a sign up form. I mean, on click we need to get the sign up, and even we need to design some of the sign up there. Okay, so first creating the sign up, we need some JavaScript. We need to create some JavaScript. We need to also style here for sign up container, right? So for sign up container, sign up, yes, this is same. Yeah, so here sign up container, we need to give the max width as 100% as same, and then opacity let's give it 0, and then z index as 1. Okay, so now inside the container we need to create a one class called sign up container, sign up container dot dash active, sign up container. Okay, and here we get the transform effect, which is translate y 100%. So if you need the like in the x-axis, I mean the effect or animation in the x-axis, then you can use translate x 100%. If you need the slide in up and down, then you can use translate y. Okay, so 100%. We get this function when we just write the JavaScript code. Don't worry, we'll be just writing in a few minutes. And I'll copy this. I'll explain this in a minute. Opacity, I'll just give it to 1, and z index as 5. Okay, so here what we do is we have just written the opacity as okay. So here you have seen that in the sign up we have given the opacity as 0. So whenever we get the active class in the active class by JavaScript, then it changes to opacity 1, and it override the uh, sign in container. Okay, so once we create the JavaScript here, like I'll just create a script tag here, and here let's create some variable sign up btn. So we are focusing on these two buttons right now. So sign up or sign in, both we need to call them both. So I say here that sign variable sign up button is equals to document dot get element id. So we need to create the id for this both, and the id will be sign in for this, and id for this will be sign up. Okay, now once okay, so now let's write here as for the sign up we have sign up. Okay, and as same we need this as for sign in. Okay, and also we need the container, the complete container, so we shall also write one more here, container. and I'll just copy this and write here container. Okay, so here uh, with sign up button, we will be adding an event listener, and that will be click. Will be just inside container, we'll add a class list. Sorry, there's error here. Okay, sorry. Okay, so when it is clicked, we will be adding the class to the container as list, as we'll be adding it here as what we have mentioned here, the sign up container. Okay, and let's duplicate this. So if it is clicked on sign in button, then we will be removing this uh, class. It's not working. Okay guys, so finally I have found the issue here. The issue was actually we are not calling here the it was here sign in container, and the other thing is uh, this should be equal, like it's inside this container itself, so it's not the other, or it's not like, I mean that inside the container if we have other class, then we give a space, but in the same line, in the same div, we have the content, we are adding this here. Okay, so let's see this. You can see here we are finally done here.